We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Arizona Cardinals. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Down, 90, Wolf. I got you. Let's go.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Flush to his right, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona. Murray now on 1st down. Johnson's got it complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Richie James. His 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Zerline good with a PAT, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson, and it's 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Rip right. 44's the mic, 44's the mic. Check. Go. Check. 44, Mike, 44.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Running from the gun, Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
15-1.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Go to 50, plant. 58, right there.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone,
Here we go.
and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Hey, exit.
On 1st down, Locke. And connecting here with DJ Shark. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Got it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Ready, break.
59, check, 59. Hey, pick your game up.
Ready.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 41, Locke looking middle, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Open man is Westbrook, complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. It's a foot race. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. The yards keep piling up in this 1st half. He's over 100 already. Now 2 touchdowns to boot after an amazing run right there.
He's running so well, so hard, making people miss, running with such confidence that I've seen this before. It actually takes the confidence away from the defenders. They approach him a little more tentatively, which means he's going to get even more yards and create even more big plays.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Check for it.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check three.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Wild now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taylor now returning it. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. On 2nd and 12, Locke, and he rifles one incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. To throw on 3rd down. Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
Come on, set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
He's checking crap. Hard.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He's going to loft one deep left, and that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? Switch. Go.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Zerline now for the PAT. And he puts it through. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll run with Fournette. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. This is Fournette. And down inside the 15 he goes. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Ready, set.
58, Mike. Stop your line.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Murray now. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Safety screaming.
To throw is Murray. Steps away to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
44's the mic. Who that? You're out. Check hot route. Hot. Ball shot.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Four-four's the Mike. Mike's four-four.
Down to lose one.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Escaping the pressure right. Now he got his man complete. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's first and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Play fake. Murray. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
This is Johnson. He's got it. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on first and 10.
Situation. Let's go. Get wide.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Back.
First down, Murray. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. And even 40 yards. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. A first down carry here for Johnson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4. They go to Johnson again. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. They'll run it with Johnson, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do it. Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. He lost 6 there on the first down play. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win, because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Block working out of the gun. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10.
Rock it. He's coming. We got double up. Check 13. Shoot. Ready.
Now Fournette. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with the running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Lock. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out.
Going the other way.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From just shy of midfield, Murray, screenplay, Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Crunch time, defense.
Take 4.
Ringo.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. Murray sets to throw on 4th. And able to find Kirk complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona. Murray now. 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. To try again after the sack, Murray. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Here's Murray going deep downfield for Ron. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll run it again with Fournette. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Go now. 60 outlaw.
Check, 43. Hey.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 20, 10, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, 89 yards, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Block going to throw, and he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21-all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check. In your face.
Check 50.
Echo. Check safety. 44, Mike, 44.
Murray with a 3rd and long. This one caught by Isabella. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Undercrush. Any weapon. Yeah.
Murray and company going for it on fourth. Eluding the pressure right. Able to find Isabella. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a handoff. Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Again, it's Johnson. Johnson on, it's poked free. Football's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Ricky. Rush in.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. Oh, no, he lost the football. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
Mike, 44. I got it.
They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Murray. He finds his man Johnson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, You just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Check, 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 check.
Hey, high 7.
One final try for Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Cardinals, the final 2 weeks are going to tell